Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with Nvidia Daily Update. So here's my plan. One day I'm gonna load video on Nvidia. The next day I'm gonna load video on Tesla. So every day you will get a video either on Nvidia or Tesla. Now talking about Nvidia keeps going high every day. The question is, can it go high every day? And how far up it can go? We'll try to make an assessment using financials and technicals to understand how far up it makes sense for NVIDIA to go. Now let's get started with financial. You see this table on your screen? I updated this table with the latest closing price and the forward P ratio. You see that today NVIDIA closed at 739. That makes the forward P ratio 40.43. If you compare this with the last 2 weeks of the forward P ratio, see that last 2 weeks on average the forward P ratio was 36.43. So today's was a little higher than that. If you compare with the last 3 quarters P ratio, this is the line for the forward P ratio. The way I designed this table, I got the forward P ratio on the earning release for that quarter. So the last 3 quarters on average, the forward P ratio based on the earning release date is 30.61. The last 4 quarters is 31.10. The last 5 quarters is 32. The last 6 quarters is 36.83. Let's ignore this 60.99. That looks to me anomaly. So overall, it looks to me around 35 could be a good forward P ratio estimate. Now let's try to make an assessment what could be the good target price for Nvidia. In order to do that, let's see how much Nvidia was able to beat the expectation. The last 3 quarters, I did some calculation. Nvidia was able to beat the earning expectation by around 22% in last 3 quarters on average. Last 4 quarters on average, Nvidia was able to beat earning expectation by 19%. So using that data to estimate the target price for Nvidia stock, so let's take a look, try to calculate here. Maybe we can assume 35, a good forward P ratio for Nvidia, and then multiply with the forward EPS, and then assume that Nvidia can beat the earning expectation by 20%. So this gives the target Nvidia stock price. So Nvidia can touch this point. Nvidia stock price higher than this point will be very uncertain, right? So I will be very cautious to buy Nvidia or even hold Nvidia after this point. And this price is based on the assumption that Nvidia can beat the earning estimate by 20%. So if Nvidia is not able to beat earning expectation by 20%, then you will see some downward pressure on Nvidia on the earning release date. But if Nvidia can beat the earning expectation more than 20%, then you will see that Nvidia can go higher than this point. Okay, now let's take a look some technical charts. Starting with 1 year, 1 day, long-term chart, I have the Fibonacci levels 0 to 100%, and also have Bollinger Bands. And I told you yesterday and day before yesterday that there are 3 lines for Bollinger Bands. One is upper band, the purple is lower band, and the green is 20-day moving average. And this green red line is basically the stock price. So right now it's 739. The next level of support is 615.06. I don't think Nvidia can drop to that level anytime soon. Looking at the RSI continued to be higher than 70 for so many days, and it's overbought. And it makes sense also to be at that level because there is strong momentum on Nvidia at this point. Now let's take a look short-term chart. On your screen, you see 10-day, 30 minutes chart. Same thing I have RSI, Bollinger Bands, and the Fibonacci levels, 0 to 100%. The next level of support based on the short-term chart is 709.96. So this tells that this will be a very good point to buy if Nvidia drops to that level before earning release. Looking at the RSI, is 61. It's not an overbought condition. So in the short term, there is some potential for Nvidia to go up. That's all about technicals. So overall, if I summarize using financials and technical, yes, there is some potential for Nvidia to go up. And the target stock price based on the 20% earning beat is 767. So any point higher than that depends on how Nvidia can beat the earning estimate. So if Nvidia can beat the earning estimate more than 20%, then in my opinion, Nvidia can even go higher than 767. But if Nvidia just meets the earning expectation or beats the earning expectation less than 15% or 20%, then we might see some pressure on Nvidia stock price on that day. That's all about Nvidia stock assessment using financials and technical charts. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.